Black Grape, Kelly's Heroes, and XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington, okay? Proper radio. As you know, we're a bit gutted that we won nothing at the Sony Awards. We found out that, on the panel was, Dr. Fox, probably one of the greatest, DJs in the world.
One of the great living broadcasters.
I certainly think that he's up there.
Yeah.
With Tarrant, John O'Coleman. And so...
And Chris Moyles.
Chris Moyles. We asked him to... He's also on the, Pop Idol panel, so he can make and break people. So we asked him, basically, to explain himself. Why did we win nothing? Why were we so bad? This is what he had to say.
The award, guys, was called the Entertainment Award. Right, now, in itself, I think that should probably tell you something about what should be on the tape. There should be some entertainment. And it just wasn't very entertaining. Actually, I don't mean that sounds quite horrible sitting here in front of you now, but it just wasn't very entertaining.
But fundamentally, what elements did you not find entertaining?
The fact that it didn't seem entertaining at all was part of it. I mean, it's a bit of like, how long's a piece of string, isn't it? What is entertaining?
We have talked about string on the show before, though.
Then there were loads of people I'd never heard of in my life, and some of those were perhaps a bit more entertaining than you. The people that got silver, I think they were called Joe and Twiggy. They worked for a station in the Midlands. I think Trent FM. They were actually pretty funny.
Funnier than ours stuff.
Yeah, Yeah, they were actually. Yeah, they were funny, and they seemed to sort of understand their local. They seemed to understand their market a bit more. And then I got onto yours. I think, oh, great, Ricky Gervais. Yeah, he's really funny in that program, isn't he? I must watch that. I'm going to absolutely die laughing here. And oh God, it was painful.
How would you have improved it, just listening?
Bit of humour, be quite good. Bit of humour, essential, I would think, to an entertainment show. A bit of prep, a bit, so get in there and actually think about what it's going to do, perhaps.
Well, right, okay.
Well, thank you, Dr. Fox, for your honesty. We've got to the bottom. While you're here, can I just show you this? That lump. Do you still do prescriptions?
Dr. Fox there.
He was,
He was honest, he was blunt.
He was blunt, that...
I'd like a second opinion. I'm only joking, he's not actually a doctor. In fact, he used to be called Dr. Fox, and now he just calls himself Neil Fox. I think he's been struck off.
No, he's Neil Fox, MD.
Right.
He's just...
I wondered if there was some malpractice, that something happened. Someone was under, and he sort of, he went a little bit crazy.
Let's leave it there!
Yeah.
Because Froggy will not take that lightly.
Who?
Froggy.
What do you mean Froggy?
He's Dr. Frog now, he's changed it to not Fox. He hated Fox.
But are we going to heed his criticism? Because it was there was no preparation, we weren't funny, fair enough.
Yeah.
There was just really no content.
We didn't care about
we didn't care about the show.
The demographic we were meant to be aiming at.
Just sounds like a lot of work, all that.
Well, I think what we can do is we can take it all on board and immediately forget it and carry on, because it's easier. What about that?
Brilliant.
I'll tell you what we could do, though. Play some bloody great tunes.
Well, thanks very much.
Athlete, you got the style on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington, innit? Alright?
Brilliant.
Well, the funny thing was, the day of the Sonys, the radar figures came out. That's the body that tells exactly how many listeners you've got, etc. And XFM went down a little bit, across the board. Except one show, Steve, that went up 34%.
Keep talking.
Well, what show do you think that was?
I'm trying to think. Would it be Zoe Bourne? No. Would it be Christian Connell Breakfast Show?
No. It was this little mother of a show.
Really? Up 34%?
Yeah. Everything else went down. We went up 34%.
Yeah.
So maybe Dr. Fox should be listening to those figures.
Indeed.
Yeah. Will we get a pay rise? Will we get a 34% pay rise, Karl?
Ooh, up to 80 quid a month.
No, because for the last, 2 years, there's been nothing there, and you've still been getting the same money, haven't you? That's the way it works.
There's been what, there?
You're not paid per listener, are you? It's just... You know what I mean?
It seems like it.
I think they've each given us 5 pence.
Exactly.
I went along to, I came in from the presenters' meetings I've never been to before. A presenters' meeting, I didn't know they existed. And I just came in to annoy Karl. It was about 5 to 6, so I was going to get him as he knocked off. We're going to have a
Sorry, and the presenters' meeting is what? That's where they dish out which amusing news stories they're going to read out, is it?
Yeah, or no, what order they're going to play, Athlete, Coldplay,
right.
The Vines. And, I went upstairs, all the people were there, and, quite interesting, wasn't it? Karl?
Yeah.
You know why the figures went down a little bit?
Come on.
The war.
Is that what they said?
The war, yeah. at one point, I said to Carl, just how many listeners died in this war then? Because I thought he was saying that they were at the front.
Yeah.
Or XFM listeners went, well, I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm going to Iraq.
Well, the reason our listenership
Tell
went-
Zoe to tape it for me.
The reason our listenership went up is that just tells you who's listening to us. Cowards, yellow bellies, children, women,
People with fallen arches.
terrorists.
Oh, dear. Yeah, it was quite a good meeting. Now I saw some...
So what exactly, is there anything I missed out on? Is it important
No, they
information?
just, it went down a little bit, except our show, which went up 34%.
Up 34%, but no awards
remember
for that.
And then you went out afterwards, didn't you?
Yeah, we went to a bar to have a couple of drinks and that.
Yeah.
And then a few of them went onto Stringfellas.
No, they didn't.
No, some of them did. Zoe
Who?
did. Zoe and a few of the office people and that. I went home.
Stringfellas.
Yeah,
To what? To watch lap dancing? To beat what?
yeah, that's what goes on there, isn't it? I know, it's mad, isn't it?
I've never been to Stringfellows, I don't know what happens there.
But no. Why would they?
I don't know. I mean, I was talking to people about it the day after, and they said, "Oh, you missed out." I said, "Well, did I?" So how does it work? They said, "Well, you pay."
Never quite understood lap dancing. Never quite understood it. It's basically someone dancing naked, rubbing their arse in your face.
Yeah,
That's basically the gist of it, is it?
but you can't. The rules is you can't touch.
Do they do a home service?
I just think it's nearly. I've got to be careful what I say here, but it's sort of, I'm not dissing Stringfellows or anything, but is that not sort of like one step down from prostitution?
That's such an antiquated... What,
No,
are you
do you know
from
what I
the 19th century?
No, but I mean, what? It's like it's. Well, I don't quite understand it. Have you?
I don't get it. I don't get it. Because the thing is, I said, how does it work? They said, you pay 20 quid, you get some clean money, sort of like little vouchers that you stick in the knickers or whatever.
Oh God!
Clean money.
Yeah,
Disinfected money, okay.
or just like vouchers.
Can you put loose change in there? Because I got a lot of that.
But,
I owe you.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
20 quid it is.
Right.
And I just don't get it, because, I mean, I'm not tight with money or anything, but
No.
you pay your 20 quid, they dance in front of you, but you're not allowed to touch, which to me is like going to a restaurant, ordering a nice big warm dinner, how they put it in front of you, and it's like, well, you can't eat it, and you're saying, but it's going cold.
I love the idea of some bloke sitting in Stringfellows, businessman, right? Pays £20. There's an arse waving in his face, and he's going, "Can I not just?" They go, "Don't touch." He goes, "It's going cold. Look at it. It's going cold." Oh, that is brilliant. It's going cold. I mean, see, Carl in the week was saying that he doesn't like sayings and phrases and metaphor and analogy, and I was going, and he thinks it's sort of like, one step away from poetry, but he comes out with the most evocative phrases. That is a straightforward analogy. Lap dancing is like being given a meal that you can't eat. See, that's great. That's how you saw it, and that's so much better than saying it's mad you can't touch, or it's a waste, or do you see what I mean? We were trying to inflame his enthusiasm in the week, and I said about different phrases, and he goes, "Well, why not just say the actual words?" I was going, "Well, it's more poetic," and I told him the Isaac Newton one. If I have seen further than any other man, it's because I've stood on the shoulders of giants. And I said, well, that's because, he's saying, I'm getting lauded for being this great scientist and all these discoveries and being a genius, but I'm saying, if it wasn't for those scholars before me that had come up with what they come up with, I wouldn't have got this far. Carl went, what did you say?
I just said, well, I prefer him to give me a name check. Do you know what I mean, though? If he stood there and he's saying how good everything is, don't just class me, don't sort of put me in with a load of other people. Give me a mention.
If you were one of the other scholars?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there were probably people that died sort of years before him. I think he's saying more that he's thanking the body of work these scientists and these great men had handed down, through either books, material, teachings.
He's not giving a big shout out to the collective science posse.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Actually, I copied Nigel's. He's not saying that. I was like earwigging. I heard what Nigel said about it, about the third law. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I look into sayings and stuff
Go
a lot
on.
more and see if they work. Well, one that happened a couple of weeks ago, right? You were talking about the you can't have your cake and eat it. Is that what you said?
Well, I never understood that, because I thought, well, what's the point of having your cake and not eating it, rather like your lap dancing analogy? But it actually means you can't have eaten your cake and still have it there,
Yes,
obviously.
exactly.
Well, look, the time that I saw that saying work, right? I was in Asda with Suzanne.
Yeah.
And you know those big binders you get with nice cakes in them
Yeah.
for birthdays and that? You can get one with, like, David Beckham on the front of it.
Yeah.
You can have one with, Thomas the Tank Engine, if you want.
Ricky Gervais.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can have one of them. And I saw one of those comedy ones where it is like a big pair of breasts.
Yeah.
And that is when, you can have your cake and eat tit.
Play record.
No, but you see
Play
what I'm
record.
saying?
Play record. Play record. I want to talk to you about it. About puns.
Just
XTC and senses working overtime. In the present climate, they should be happy with the work. On XFM 104.9, I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington. Karl, you're poised there. I know what you're dying for. I know what you're dying to do now. You're dying to play some adverts, aren't you? XFM. Placebo! This picture, with the androgynous vocal talents at the helm there of Brian Moloko on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais.
Informed
Yeah.
broadcasting.
Excellent.
Did you see, I'm sure, I don't know if Carl saw it, I know you watched it, Rick, it was extraordinary, it was a Sky One TV show the other night. It was something like, reality TV,
Oh, yeah,
I can't remember what it was called, yeah.
Excellent.
And it was about basically what, the
I
fortunes of
cannot
various,
get enough of it.
the fortunes of various reality TV stars, since they've come out of the show. Christine Hamilton coming out of the jungle. And obviously, once again, always a pleasure to find out what Fats Waller is up to, Rick Waller. I mean,
Oh, he's in
extraordinary.
a band now.
He's got his own band. He was playing in some club in Rochester. There was about
It's
20
sort of
people
gospel,
in the
sort of
audience.
gospel rock, that sort of soul gospel rock thing, like something you see in the Commitments or something. And when it cut
leather-
to the audience, it was like it was in Butlins. It was just a big dance floor, and there was just people watching indifferently. And he went, the people that were here loved it. I mean, it's a bit
And I
sad.
have to say,
I know.
the size of the man, his leather jacket, Carl,
know.
was extraordinary. I don't know how many animals had to die to make it. It was like, it was
It looked
unbelievable.
like if he'd have fallen off, it'd been like the Hindenburg,
yeah.
because
It was like a Zeppelin.
Oh,
It
the
was-
humanity.
It was
people.
extraordinary. I still think, when I see him wearing a coat like that, it looks like he is stood on the shoulders of two other people. It's
Yeah,
just a joke.
just a
It's
little
like a
head.
circus act or something.
Yeah.
Because his head doesn't make sense.
Looks like it's one of those things that you steam yourself in. You put your head out that, and is that a machine you're in? No, it's a
Or
coat.
one of those old-fashioned iron lungs.
Oh dear.
But
There were some
he's-
magic moments.
But there was a because once again, I mean, I missed a lot of the first series of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, but it
Brilliant.
showed once again the moment with Darren Day. Darren Day, a lovely guy, but that moment where he went off and sat on a rock and came back and he'd written a song.
I know.
Which he just it was also things like I'm in a hotel room in another
I
town.
know. Don't.
And
do
it was like something you'd write when you were 14. It was unbelievable. They showed it again. It's just stunning.
I love songs you write when you're 14. It's like your first sort of like song where you know 3 chords, and it's always it's always stuff like, there's a man, he's a lonely man, take a look at him, he looks a bit like me.
Yeah.
It is me. It's that sort of thing, like when you want to play it to someone and you want them to go, my God, you're deep.
Yeah.
My God, you're brilliant, aren't you? And that's about you, is it? Oh, yeah, it is, yeah.
I have to say, this is such a terrible confession. When I was doing a school play once, when I was about that age, 15, right, there was a girl who was in the cast with me, right, and she sort of, she was giving me the eye. I was thinking, yeah, well, I kind of thought she was, right? And
It was class.
But there was another guy. There there as well. I was sort of competing for her affections.
Oh, no.
And he was quite a witty guy.
His name was
Pretty-
Scott Hansen, he had
Yeah.
long blonde hair.
Exactly, yeah. And I thought, well, a way to impress her, because I was 15 or whatever, I thought I was pretty smart. I sat in one of the adjoining dressing rooms, reading a copy of the philosophical book, Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, which I didn't understand, but which I sat there reading it in the hope that she would walk in and think, my God, you're reading Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance.
You don't go with the crowd. You don't want to come next door when we're talking about nonsense and people are flirting.
We're talking about the bangles and curly whirlies.
You're in here saying, look, just, if you want to come and talk to me, you're welcome, but I'm not...
I'm a thinker.
I bet you thought you were Kwai Chang Kane, didn't you?
I thought it was like she'd think, Jesus Christ, I've never met anyone like him.
That is genius.
And I remember the one time she accidentally walked in, she went, oh, sorry, wrong room, and left again. And that was it.
Sorry, at 15, so this is about the time you took to wearing a bow tie to
I'm
impress
slightly
people.
younger wearing a bow tie.
I love that.
No, I used to watch a lot of Harold Lloyd films. And he always seemed to do very well.
I love it. I love the idea of at 15 you going, well, it's time I went to wooing. Right, right, on with the bow tie. Where's the Zen?
Where's the pipe and my boater?
It's a time I got me a bow.
Yeah.
I love that. But songs are great as well. And the other thing you do, sort of when you're about 15, 16, is start writing songs about, like, the world's trying to take a piece of me. Hey, you think I'm going down? I'm coming back. I'm against the ropes. They try to drag me down. It's like you want to be Cool Hand Luke. Yeah. They put me in this emotional prison.
The man's on my back. Who?
They try and take a piece of me. Who do? Well,
You're 14.
Parents and that, don't they?
You're really
Sometimes.
comprehensive.
The teachers, yeah. I absolutely love it. I still remember a poem. I'll not say his name. We're about 14, 15, and we had to write a poem, and obviously everyone's was pretty rubbish, but we mercilessly took the piss out of this bloke because I still remember the poem, and how he did it is he went through a dictionary and found things with that, and this is a poem, right? Okay, remember? I've remembered this for 25 years, right? The reason why I had to die. Did I bleed the blood of greed? What was my destiny? And when we hear this, we were laughing. I mean, for a year, we would go, what was my destiny? It was just great.
Can I hear it again? I enjoyed
the reason why I had to die. Did I bleed the blood of greed? What was my destiny?
That's almost as catchy as Monkey News.
Oh, God! Oh! I've got some monkey news for you. Let's play a record and come back, and I've got some great monkey news for you, Carl.
That's from the REM album that people tend to forget about now because it was so kind of poppy and such a massive hit out of time, but there are some good tunes on it. And there's one of them, Near Wild Heaven.
Excellent, on XFM 104.9. Carl.
Go on.
Watching a programme yesterday, and it was about these Japanese snow monkeys, and it was all about how animals learn things that aren't instinctive, particularly sort of primates, because they see other people doing it, and they start a culture, and they can pinpoint when one monkey first went down and got in the hot water springs and stayed there because it was hot, and the others copied them, and now it's part of almost a culture, you know, that won't be handed on because it's not instinctive, but has to be learnt each time, and you know, and they groom as normal like other monkeys, right? But they're really intelligent, and obviously the reason they groom other people, other monkeys, is because they eat the mites. But also the monkeys have learnt they like being groomed. Okay, so they showed this one monkey. It went to a deer, okay, and it was grooming this deer to get its mite off it, right? But then it didn't eat it. It held it in its hand. It went over to a monkey, put the mite on itself to show the monkey it had a mite, and got a free grooming.
That's extraordinary.
That's extraordinary.
That is
extraordinary. Because it gave up the food, knowing that if you put one there, this monkey would look for mites on it, and it would get a free grooming, and it was like having a little massage. What do you think of that?
It's not bad. I've got some better stuff coming up later.
On Monkey News, on the official.
Yeah,
Monkey
do you see what mine though? Mine's true.
I mean, that's an interesting and extraordinary.
It actually happened. It's
discovery.
social behaviour amongst primates. So I saw it. It was, you know.
Did it rob a bank, Rick, at any time?
It didn't rob a bank, and it didn't open a hairdresser's.
See, that's what you're letting you. That's where you're letting yourself
It's
down.
not. It's not quite good enough, is it? My monkey news.
No, I got some.
See the difference where I named the species, explained it slightly, told you an interesting fact, as opposed to there's this monkey, right, And
Look at him looking
it's
at you.
Yeah,
He's not interested, Rich. Can I tell you now? Can I try and describe for people the face that Karl has? I'll tell you what it's like. It's like if you draw some eyes, a nose, and a mouth on a balloon, and then inflate it to about half full. That's what Karl's face looks like. That's what his head looks like. It looks like a face you've drawn on a balloon. Very small, the rest of the head huge.
It's just that today I'm a bit tired, right? That's one thing.
Why are you a bit tired?
I just haven't been sleeping, right?
Why not?
I don't know. I've got a lot going on in my head.
Oh, if this would be like The Simpsons. If we could actually look in there, there would be two monkeys grooming now.
Plus, you've been talking about like stuff that I can't relate to and that. So I'm
What, writing poetry?
Like what?
Reading books?
you know,
what?
doing poetry and stuff. I never did any of that.
What did you do?
Well, at school they didn't bother. They tried to get us to write more, right?
Right.
By
Giving you a pen?
well, they used to give us these school diaries,
Yeah.
little red book, and it was a way that they kept an eye on what you were doing out of school hours.
Right.
So some kids would write down, you know,
Stole a bike.
yeah,
Burn the
what
house
have
down?
Yeah.
But when I was at school, around that sort of 12 age, I didn't get up to much. You have no money, there's nothing you can do. So every night it was the same thing. I'd get home, and I'd have to go to the shop, right, and get some potatoes and some bread every night, right. And I kept taking this into school.
Sorry, what was it? Dublin in the 17th century?
Yeah.
What do you mean every day you went to the shops and got potatoes and bread?
That's kind of what I had to get all the time. That's what we had.
Why? What did you have? Chip sandwiches?
Right,
And,
so you went to the... Yeah, you went there.
So I kept
With your hoop
putting
and
that.
stick.
yeah.
I kept putting that in the diary, you know, every night, saying went to Gervais. That was the name of the shop. Yeah.
What is it called?
Gervais,
What is it? You or you?
like HUGH.
H-U-G-H, yeah. Oh, that was his name?
Gervais, right?
Right.
Used
Yeah.
to go there, get the potatoes and
Bread.
and that.
I love
What-
the
what-
fact someone who's named a shop after themselves. I'm not going to say what we sell. It's named after me or nothing, or I'm not opening.
Mainly potatoes and bread. White sliced loaves, King Edward's.
And the teacher used to always say, just write something different in there, make something up. Because, like, you know, Monday, Tuesday, all the way through to Friday, every night, it was just, went to Gervais.
Went to you?
So you sort of... You changed
Are you
it
sure it wasn't an advert? Sure he wasn't paying you to say, get my name in the book?
Yeah.
The only time that it changed, and she said, oh, that's made it a bit more interesting, was when it was my birthday, and I had to buy a cake.
Potatoes and a cake.
And she said, oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That was my 13th birthday. My mum said, I got home from school, she said, oh, you're 13 today. Teenager, big turnover. Go and get a cake.
That's your experience of writing.
No, what?
Well,
no,
kind
that's
of,
your
yeah.
experience of your 13th birthday. Oh, by the way, you're 13 today, go and get a cake.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Big surprise? Was
Yeah.
it a big surprise?
Yeah.
yeah, that is brilliant. I love it.
That's
That-
the only sort of writing.
What,
Yeah.
and they never asked you to write essays or stories?
Did you
anything?
never write a story or a poem or a...
The stories I did earlier on were, you know, you made them up, but it was that thing that I'd always end them with, and an alarm went off and it was all a dream.
Every single one of them.
Yeah. But they didn't, I mean, it was a bit of a...
I bought
then?
some potatoes and some bread, then I woke up and it was all a dream.
No. Then I went to shops and bought some potatoes and
Yeah.
bread. But did you ever do anything that write about an adventure when you were a spaceman, or you were a cowboy, or no?
All the teachers, like, had scams going on, so, like, in English, right, you'd go in there, and the teacher would say, right, what we're doing today is, got a load of brochures from Thomson, but they say, like, 1983 on the front, so I've got a load of stickers here that say 1984, let's see how many you can do in half an hour.
You are joking.
Did you go to school with Oliver Twist?
Sorry, you are joking.
I'm not, that's what they did. So the teacher must have been getting, like, a freebie or something for helping them out.
Is this...
Honestly, yeah, that's what it was.
That is fantastic.
They were all at it. All
They were all...
Other than Mr. Fagan, you had...
Yeah. And then when they saw Karate Kid, they had every kid washing their car going, wax on, wax off, hurry up. I'm teaching you something. Wax on, wax off, paint the fence.
So I'm just saying, you know, that's why I'm a bit quiet, because you're talking about stuff I
Can't relate to.
And why didn't you sleep last night?
I'm just... I haven't slept well since I was about 12. Do you sleep well, Steve?
Oh, wait, you can't let that go. I haven't slept well since I was 12. What do you mean?
Do you know, like, a proper I used to love going to bed as like a kid.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like, oh, am I going to sleep tonight? And I sort of wake up about 4 times.
Right.
Whereas when you're a kid, I remember really loving, like, going to bed. There was one time where I actually laughed myself to sleep because I couldn't believe me luck.
There's something wrong with him. What do you mean you laugh
Have you ever had it when you're really tired and you get in bed and the pillows feel
it's all cold. Yeah.
and it's like, I can't believe this.
Yeah.
And it happened twice. Once when I just went to bed and I was really looking forward to it, and also when I helped my dad out once, like through the night. He worked at this paper company, right? And I helped him out, and I got in at about 4 a.m. with him. Got in bed, and I just was like, I was laughing my head off. I had to put the pillow over my head because I couldn't believe me luck. Like I was like, oh, this is great. This, I'm going to sleep.
I just have to say, life up north is so extraordinary.
No, but you must be the easiest kid in the world to please. No wonder she knew she could just go get a cake. It's sort of like, what was he expecting me to say? He were expecting an extra hour in bed, but we got him cake as well.
Go
I
to bed
love
without
that.
any supper. Brilliant.
Brilliant, yeah. Your own bed. How long was it before you got your... What did you used to do before? Just some straw in the corner?
No, it's just that thing of when you're really tired and...
And do you ever do this with Suzanne now? Do you ever laugh yourself to sleep with her?
No, that's what I mean.
She can't sleep because you're chuckling away.
I don't know what's up with me. I've got a lot going on.
What do you mean you've got a lot going on?
I don't know. I was talking to the security bloke before saying, do you sleep? Have you got much going on in your head and stuff? And I don't know.
He wasn't insulted by that, I'm sure. Going up to someone and going, have you got a lot going on in your head? That is brilliant.
It worries me. It's interesting that your lack of sleep coincides with the diaries and the writing of the bread and potato story every day. I don't know if once you had that responsibility.
Why don't you every night go to Gervais, get some bread and potatoes, you don't have to eat them, then go to bed, and I think you'll be chuckling yourself to sleep in no time. Radiohead, they're their new single.
Nice.
On XFM 104.9. Now listen, some DJs are a little bit lazy. They get playlisted, or they get people to phone in with requests. I mean, they sort of work out what they're going to say. Now, we choose our records, don't we? But we are very lazy.
Yes.
So I thought, why don't the people phone in, say, what do you want us to talk about?
Clever.
Yeah?
Clever.
I mean, because I'm out of stuff. I know I didn't come in with any stuff anyway, but I mean, I'm out of just...
Yeah.
What's the number, Carl?
Sorry, wait, are you out of breath having finished that sentence?
No, I've been squeezing his head.
Ah, right. Fine, as long as there's a decent reason.
What I do, my technique, I'm only allowed to squeeze his head between 1 and 3, aren't I, Carl?
Yeah, that's right.
And what I do is I get ready. There's one I do the clamp either side of the temple and I squeeze. And that's dangerous because I think the head isn't as strong that way. So I don't go too fast. But then when I put one on the forehead and one on the back of the head and I squeeze, I go really hard, don't I?
So do call in with stuff to talk about on 08700 800 1234.
See, I don't know what Dr. Fox is talking about. I can't believe any of the award winners have ever spoken about the various techniques to use while squeezing a person's head.
And then phone in, what should we talk about? I'm stunned at Carl's rudeness, okay? That's badly drawn boy, by the way, all possibilities. There's a lovely chap just calls in saying about... And Carl, because the record's ending, he doesn't say, oh, I've got to go to the record's end. He went, yeah. And he... So...
He's probably still there.
Well,
Cut him off.
Well, just check if he's still there.
He doesn't want to be on radio. He said he didn't want to be on the radio, but I think he should apologise.
I'm still here. Hello?
Hello.
All right.
I'm still here. I did ask not to be put live on radio because I get very embarrassed.
Don't worry. All we wanted to do is we just wanted to apologise for Carl's curtness and his rudeness.
Now, all I want to say is the station is good because you couldn't have a worse slot on a Saturday afternoon, right? Because the youngsters are in the boozers, the older fellas are doing the punting, the racing, the football and whatever. The thing is, the state you play, if you want to get number one...
This is XFM, not Radio 2.
If you want to be the top, all you got to do is start playing Natalia Umbraglia, this and that, and have your audience with one puke of hair between 4 legs, okay?
Thank you.
There you go.
Now, that's why I don't want to go live on radio. but you are dead. When Christian got a little bit sick about being 13, then he got to go, whatever. You're the soundest station in the area. You cover... I don't like all the stuff you play, the station plays, but you're actually doing what's there.
Thank you very much.
You keep going, persevere, and you'll make it's well worth listening to anyway, okay?
Thank you, cheers.
Otherwise I wouldn't...
Can you hear us?
Thank you, bye.
Dead sound, mate. Be careful, yeah?
I mean, I can see why you cut him off.
No, stop it.
Man alive.
We've had so many calls. Carl was getting annoyed. There were so many calls. And we've had suggestions from Ned saying talk about Jimmy Savile. John in North London. I've just got John in North London. What does he want us to talk about? Oh, I've forgotten. Becca from Liverpool wants to talk about Tracy Emin and Damien Hirst. Art. Paul Andrews. Your mum called. Stop calling her. Tell her to listen to XFM. Yes, you, Paul Andrews, is about 38, at home with your wife and kids. Your mum just called in. I think someone wanted amazing monkey facts. I can't even do this right, can I?
To be honest with you, last week we were slagging off Carl as being the weak link in this show. I think it's clear what the weak link is.
Oh, God, who's the bloke who wants Hayley to go with him to X-Men? See, I shouldn't make notes.
What's wrong with you? If you didn't spend so much time squeezing his head and eating pies, we might get something done.
Right, okay, then what should we talk about then?
Right, play a record and we'll discuss this.
Tracy Emin. Make your
okay.
bed. Make your bed. Damien Hirst. Stop cutting up sharks and things. Picasso. Alright?
Right, Rockbusters, what have you got for us, Carl?
Right. There we go then. 3 clues,
Dig
3
us out of
cryptic clues, couple of initials. Email in, ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk, win some stuff. Do you want to go through the stuff?
Yeah,
you get them.
You're
I'll
definitely
read-
improving yourself as weeks go on. We've got a 3 CD set of the best of Inspiral Carpets. How they've strangled it over 3 CDs, I've no idea.
Yeah, I know.
Extraordinary. A number of other CDs, all of which are okay, plus a T-shirt and a copy of Marion and Jeff Series 1 on DVD. Not bad at all, in an XFM bag.
Right, he's noticed X-Men 2 isn't there, because it's not out yet, but it is at the cinema, so I think Hayley should go with, what's his name?
Shut up.
Okay.
Right, go on, Carl.
Right, the clues are, clue 1. They're having problems. They haven't
Oh, this is...
Right, brilliant. Rockbusters. This is what we
I
did
know.
in for.
I tell you what, I think Foxy was really soft on us. I think he's... Oh, go on.
This is what we tune in for. Okay, so this clue
Go on.
1 again.
So go on.
This is brilliant. Come on. This is like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? It's class.
Come on, Carl. Don't worry about him. He doesn't understand radio, Carl. I heard his show before we had us. He was doing it. It sounded just like Dr. Fox.
Yeah.
Right,
Go on.
Clue 1. They're having problems. They haven't got any rice.
Say it again and say it like it's written down. Right. Say it like it's like you're reading it as opposed to making up as you go along. I know you are, but say it again because all the ums and ahs people think are integral.
They're having problems.
Do it again.
They're having problems. They haven't got any rice left.
Different. A cryptic clue every word has to matter. I
And
love that.
what's the initial?
CC.
CC, and the clue again.
They're having a few problems in that. Because they haven't got any rice left.
Different every time. Go on, that's number 1.
Second one, the Geordie fella doesn't know what he's been charged for.
Okay, and what's the initials there?
BW. The Geordie fella doesn't know what he's being charged for.
Right.
And the final one, if he had 2 bricks and he had to throw them at 2 women, right?
Stop! Right, you've got to go through this without going, right? Oh, yeah, just do it again. Just say it again. Think what you're going to say, then say it.
I had 2 bricks.
Oh, no, it was if I had before.
Well, I've got...
Stop it a minute! Stop! Because I'm going to burst. Right, Carl, work out what you're going to say and say it. Right.
Okay, just calm down.
Okay,
We just
calm down,
everyone
right.
calm down.
Okay, right.
I had 2 bricks to throw at 2 women, and I didn't hit either of them.
Right, okay.
The initials MM. Right, so
Okay.
quickly again. They haven't got any
I've
rice.
got that! I've got that, and it's brilliant! That is a brilliant one!
Okay.
Right? They've run out of rice, they've got problems on their hands. CC, right? The second one, Geordie fella doesn't know what he's being charged for, right? BW. And I had 2 bricks to throw at 2 women, didn't hit any of them, right? That's MM. Email in, ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Brilliant, play a record.
Win some stuff. from
It's
that.
email only, ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. Evan Dando and the Lemonheads, that's a track called Rudy with a Flashlight. Of course, Evan's got a new album out, but working for an alternative radio station, Rick, it would be ludicrous to think there was a copy of that lying around.
Oh, do you know what I mean? But email only the Rockbusters, that's what this is all about. Rockbusters. Coming up soon, Monkey News.
Indeed. Plus, of course, I have very special guests this afternoon, Tattoo.
Oh yeah, be in a minute, won't it?
Look forward to them. Adverts? Yeah.
White Stripes, Seven Nation Army on XFM 104.9.
Carl, are you thinking of starting a family?
Only if, like, an accident happens or something.
Yeah. Were you there, Rick, when we were chatting about this the other day?
Oh, yeah, no.
Extraordinary. What did you say,
Well,
Carl?
we were talking about his career and that, because he's on MTV, and I was going, oh, you got to do this now. He's going, look, if it happens, it happens. I've said to Suzanne, if it happens, it happens. She goes, well, what are your plans? I was staying with a baby. She said, are we going to have kids tonight? I go, look, if it happens, it happens. I go, well, how would it happen? He goes, if a condom splits.
Amazing. I love the idea that that's the way you plan for a child. Imagine telling them that. Where was I conceived? Can't remember. The condom split.
Yeah. You're an accident.
I love that. The
Although
romantic nature of that is
Well, I was
just
told I was an
extraordinary.
accident, but, you know, it doesn't
Well,
matter,
fair
does it?
enough.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but it doesn't
But
matter.
do many people sit down and say, right, do you think we should?
Yes.
Well, as they lay down.
Yeah.
I'm busy.
You can't plan. You can't sit down. You haven't got time for that discussion.
No, it doesn't mean the conception. I think it means bringing up a child till it's 18.
But the thing is, as well, it's one of them, innit? It's like, if you think about having one, you go, well, the sort of negatives, you know, outweigh the positives,
Yeah.
I think. Right?
Go on.
But if you have one, you go, oh, it's not that bad, is it?
So, what are the positives and what are the negatives?
Like I say, the negatives outweigh it. I can't think of that many positives. They get in the way, don't they? Mm-hmm.
Cost you a lot.
Cost a lot of money. Same with marriage. Like Suzanne's saying, we'll get married, so what for?
Well, marriage doesn't cost anything.
Well, it does.
Well, no, if you go to the registry office and then buy a house.
But then what's the point?
Well, tax breaks, you know, presents.
I don't think you get them anymore.
Don't you?
I looked into that.
You old romantic. What would you rather have, a ring or a 3% saving?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, I don't see the point anyway.
I got down on one knee and presented her with some inland revenue forms
yeah.
just to show the benefits.
That is great. I mean, if you are planning it, I think you've got to involve me and Steve in the radio station, because it'll be... I mean, you take quite a lot on, don't you? So if you've got a kid at home and you're not sleepy, you haven't slept since you were 12, you've got this, you've got MTV, you've got a kid, you know, it might be one step too far, because I wouldn't want to push you over the edge.
Well,
Now, see, go on, sorry.
no, I just was going to say, I was talking to Suzanne last night about it and saying, you know, about earning money and that, and she said, well, you're already sort of earn a little bit more than me, so, you know, if you get loads of money, she said, I'd be happy staying at home and doing nothing, maybe looking after a kid. I said, oh, so that's not happening.
Right.
I said, I could have a load of money now tucked away, I could have won some money and I wouldn't tell you. I still want sort of that check offer every month, because I get a check offer to sort of pay the bills,
Yeah.
and I think you need to keep that in a relationship.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? Work as a team.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not working as a team.
Of course it is.
Well, no, you share everything. Sharing everything is working as a team, whether you
Not
earn
you
most or whether
stashing some 35 grand back.
It's not like you think that, oh no, if I won the pools, but I give her half, she'll get lazy. She'll just sit around the house doing nout. So she's still got to go to work in a job she hates.
Yeah.
I'll tell you though, she thinks that it'd be the worst thing that could happen if we got a load of money. Because she'd want to go to Egypt, I'd say I'm not going.
Why would she want to go to Egypt?
I don't, that's what I said.
No, why would she? Why does she want to go to Egypt? She wins a lot of money.
She said it's meant to be pretty good.
So the incredible wonders of the pyramids and the Sphinx and so on, that's not of any interest to you?
I've seen it though on the telly and that. I don't want to go all that way just to see it.
Exactly.
Right.
No, exactly. That's
Do you experience other cultures, other lifestyles? Travel broadens the mind.
Well, you don't.
No, not really.
You've seen enough different ones here, haven't you?
Yeah.
There's parts of Wiven. Oh, you haven't seen yet.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you don't want to make enough money you don't want to make a lot of money because you're worried that Suzanne might want to go to Egypt.
And then that'd be...
No.
And that's
I
going to
don't
tear
want
you
to tell
apart.
her that I'm making a lot of money. I can still tuck it away.
Right.
And what will you do with it? When
But when are you going to spend it?
when
What
you
spending
turn
it on?
up in a big converted limo, it goes da 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 da. Come on, we're going to bingo. Where'd you get the car from? Never thee mind. Right? What? Won't you be suspicious? When you've got a pet chimp. You know what I mean?
What are you? I mean, yeah. What would you spend it on? Is there nothing that you want for?
No, I've never... No, there's now at the moment, honestly, it's I'm quite happy. Do you know what I mean? I don't ask for much.
But you're not happy. You're always whinging and moaning.
Always whinging.
Clearly, there's something wrong.
What if someone gave you? Well, okay, right. Let's be serious. We're not talking about billions, right? But if someone gave you a cash injection, just a one-off cash payment of £250,000, okay, what would you do with it? I mean, that's too easy because that should obviously be a house. That should be the best house you can find in London.
I'd probably want to go and see a tornado.
Right. That's on your list. Okay.
In many ways, he's so sweet, but I want to shake him.
Can I just point out to you, Carl, I don't know if you know this, but if you get caught in a tornado, you do not whisk off into the magical land of Oz.
And land somewhere nice.
Yeah, and crush your witch.
Still in your rocking chair.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. It's quite dangerous. But you'd go and see a tornado, number one, fair enough. Number two?
What brochure is that in? That one.
It's Texas, isn't it?
Okay.
Oh.
Number two?
Texas.
So he's got tornado number one.
What brochure is that in?
Number
It's
two.
Texas, isn't it? It's Kansas, I think, mainly.
Well, I noticed someone's emailed here a link for, can you believe you luck, Carl? Monkeys for sale. Now, I don't endorse this in any way, but here you are. Here's a monkey for sale here.
Oh, that's terrible.
$2,500. It says male, very smart little guy, loves to play and gives kisses, wears diapers and clothes, has been around lots of people and loves them, healthy and loves to eat. Sounds like Ricky.
How much is that?
Well, it wasn't Carl, but it says loves to be around people.
Yeah. There's a gibbon there. A gibbon
It's too
for...
pricey though. It's like that Donald McIntyre programme he did, that Cheap as Chimps programme.
He didn't do Cheap as Chimps. He didn't do a programme called Cheap as Chimps.
Saying that, but...
Well, he didn't. There's at no point did Donald McIntyre do a programme called... Play a record a minute.
Lynyrd Skynyrd, of course, Sweet Home Alabama. Always worth a play, I think maybe once a month.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Carl, we're talking about having kids and stuff. I've always been quite thankful that Ricky's never wanted to have kids, because I just think he would set the worst example for a child that he possibly could do. Just in conversation the other day, just happened to mention that he's taken to eating in the bath.
Yeah, well, let me explain something. Right. I've got busy schedules, yeah. I get up, I meet Steve at a certain time, then I go, I've got to go at 3:30 today, Steve, I'm working out at 4, I work out 4 till 5, I have to have something to eat before I go out, and I have to meet Johnny for a beer at 6 or something, or go somewhere. So, I thought, oh God, if I go around and have a bath straight after, then I have something to eat, I go, I've got, sometimes there's chicken legs, right, and they're greasy. So one day I thought, hold on, I'll go to the bath with the chicken legs, I'll eat them in the bath, and it's brilliant. So I'm sitting in the bath, I eat the chicken egg, it's really greasy, right? I just throw it in the bin, just go under the water, come up, I'm clean. I've eaten, I'm clean, I get dressed, I go, I meet Johnny. I've lined my stomach, and the good thing about that is that when I come home, after a few beers, and I've eaten the chicken, I go, there's only bread left, I just wipe it round the bath, I got a lovely bread and dripping sandwich. That's not true, that bit. But I do eat in the bath. I mean, the second week of doing it, I was just eating in the bath. I think I was in chicken legs again. I'm eating in the bath. Jane walked past, just looked in at me, and she went, Christ, Caligula.
Well,
Just me, a fat Roman emperor, eating.
Caligula, to be honest, is just too cool and impressive. Not Caligula, Old Man Steptoe. Have you seen the one where he's in the bath eating the pickled onions?
No.
He sat in the bath, he literally sat in the bath, eating some pickled onions. Some of them slip under the water, he fishes them out, put them back in the jar.
I'd never do that.
No, you'd eat them. You would never, well, you wouldn't let food go by like that.
But it's
But it's the fat, it's chicken, it's big greasy slabs of chicken.
Yeah.
You're throwing the bones on the floor.
No, I'm putting them
for
in
the wolves to scavenge.
putting them in the bit. Stop biting your nails, Carl. Not only can you hear it, it's really rude.
I don't know, what... Yeah, you're criticising him?
Yeah.
Criticising him for biting his nails?
Yeah, you don't know where they've been.
You eat chicken in the bath and then go under the water and come up clean while sat in some water swimming with grease and fat and chicken bones
Yeah,
and breadcrumbs.
Well, I like to bath. I like to bath like 2 or 3 times a day.
But do you not see why that's not cool and impressive? It's not like we're all going to go, why haven't we all thought of that?
To be honest, though, Steve, that is the only time I eat oranges.
I know what you mean. Yeah, that's, I've always thought that, an orange, I go, oh god, this is too annoying, and I don't bother eating oranges, unless they're tangerines, you can peel them in one and put them in one. I don't have big jaffas, there's just not, it's not worth it.
What is wrong with you? Firstly, have you ever thought about cutting an orange into 4 quarters with a knife?
Waste.
What do you mean a waste?
More washing up.
Yeah, right. So this is what you. This is why you can't sleep at night, because you're thinking, I've got to run a bath and have an orange. I haven't got time. I'd love an orange now. I need the vitamin C, but I've got to run a bath for it. At least have a shower. I'm not going to be in there with another man.
Oh
It's
dear.
like the two of you are just. You are like children. You're infants. Your mentality is ludicrous, and you're embarrassing us in front of our special guests.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe it. Now, of course, last week
we've had tattoo here.
We've had a number of letters, Rick. I'm just reading them now. Saying, last week, loved your interview with Chris Martin from Coldplay.
Yeah.
Genius. Another one here. Great insight into the man who wrote Yellow and Clocks.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Steve Merchant's interview with Chris Martin was amazing. He should have his own TV show.
Yeah.
Just some of the letters we've received, Rick.
Yeah.
So this week, we're very lucky to have with us Russian pop act Tattoo. Round of applause for them.
Hello.
Lovely to have them here. Tattoo. Now then, of course, there's been much controversy that your kind of lesbian shtick is just something to try and whip up some press attention. Is
We are proper lesbians. We love fanny more than cock.
Okay, brilliant. And Tattoo, lovely to have you here. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Now then, you've got some live gigs, I understand, planned.
Yeah. Duh.
Okay. I can't help but notice that you sound, dare I say it, Tattoo, you don't sound so much Russian as German.
No, we cannot do the accent properly.
Okay. And Tattoo, it's a joy to have you here. Thanks for coming down.
Yeah.
And finally, your lesbians would, for instance, either myself or Karl be able to convert you from your lesbian ways?
We like the muff so much that the knob is no good for us.
All right, well, thanks very much, Tattoo.
Yeah, thanks, Tattoo. Thanks very much. Cheers.
Yeah. Extraordinary.
Next week, share.
Brilliant. So if you've got any guests, special guests you love us to interview, then let us know. ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Carl's face.
And we'll try and get there.
Oh dear, play a record, Carl.
Rockbusters answers next.
I was going to say, well, do you want to do that?
No, let's do it next. After the
Just
record.
was going to say something.
What were you going to say?
About gays and that.
What?
In a bit.
What were you going to say?
Oh, we'll look forward to that.
Martina Topley Bird. Need one on XFM 104.9. Right, there goes the girls from Tattoo. See you later. Well
Thanks,
done.
girls.
Cheers.
Lovely
Right,
couple of lesbians
Carl, what were you saying before we cut you off?
Yeah, it's just that, you know, you had the girls in and that, and it reminded me, I was talking to Steve in a week.
Yeah.
I think it's, when people were talking about going to Stringfellas and that,
Yeah.
I was talking about seeing naked people.
No, yes, I asked him, I said, when he used to watch, say, if he accidentally flicked onto BBC Two and some ballet was on, would his eye ever been drawn to maybe the gentleman's lower regions rather than the ladies'?
The gentleman's package.
Yeah, would your eyes ever be accidentally drawn to that and you couldn't resist it? And you said yes.
Yeah, because, right,
Oh,
I don't
dear.
think I'm
Oh dear.
Well, go on, I mean, fair enough.
no, right.
I'm always looking at the beautiful ladies, but fair enough.
Yeah,
No, go on.
but, right,
Have you ever looked at Wayne Sleep's testicles?
I went out.
Have you ever looked at Wayne Sleep's penis and testicles?
I went out on a night out, right? And it was it got to some point in the night where 2 women and 2 fellas got on the stage,
Right.
right? Started stripping off.
Yes.
Just what, members of the audience?
No, I think they were, like, part of the act, right?
Right.
And,
What was it, panto?
they downed, the fellas had, like, their undies on, and the girls just had their knickers on,
Yeah.
right? And,
Sounds pretty erotic at the moment. Go on.
and at the same time, they all whipped their pants off,
Yes.
right?
It was
Now-
Spuck's Fizz, wasn't it? The adult show.
Now, I said to Steve, at that point,
Sorry, I wasn't there. He said it to me later.
yeah.
I said, well, you have a quick glance at the fellas. And then the annoying thing was, I thought, right, now I'll have a look at the women, and it was too late. They put the knickers on.
How long were you looking at the fellas?
Not that long, but
But
it
why
was
were you
like,
looking at them first?
it's human nature, isn't it?
Why?
I don't know, but I'm sure you would have done the same thing. You just
Why?
sort of think, well, how are they shaping up?
So it's a comparative test.
So who had the biggest knob? Which one of the blokes had the biggest knob?
No, it's like, normal. But
This is a whole new side of you.
This is a whole other area.
So you look at ballet dancers, you look at the gentleman's.
No, I don't. I
package.
just was, when he said this, it reminded me of this night when I was walking home thinking,
Oh,
didn't get a look. Because I was messing
where
out.
was this? What event was this where people are stripping off?
Carl, I tell you what, you are the most interesting man I have ever met.
But are you comfortable being nude and that?
We've done this. Well, I don't know what this is. We did this last week about, are you comfortable being nude?
No, I know, I was talking
you're
about
probably
that.
most comfortable being nude. It's just probably not in public.
Well, Ricky's only really comfortable nude when he's eating.
Yeah. There's nothing to get,
Yeah, you can just wipe
spilt on
yourself
it.
down.
Yeah, you just sit in the bath, yeah.
No, but I've talked about that, and then when I went home, I was talking to Suzanne about it, and she said, "What's all that about? You don't like being nude, right?" And I said, well, "It's not."
It's like I'm part of an Alan Bennett play. It's just, I love the way you talk.
Remember once, right? I don't know if I should talk about this really, but
Well, that means you should, so go on.
Go on.
oh yeah, right. We went to Tenerife, right, one year, and I was still living in
I'm
Manchester.
scared now.
Yeah,
that
I don't
why
know
you
what's
said that. I'm
happening.
actually scared.
I'm thinking about Suzanne, but she's
Well,
working.
I don't want to know anything about Suzanne,
Come
to be
on, no,
honest.
but
If
come on,
was-
It
Go on.
involves me more.
Let's
Go
hear
on,
the story.
go
But
on.
I'm just explaining to you that I don't like being nude.
Yeah.
Go on.
So you're in Tenerife.
In Tenerife, right? Didn't have much money. Stayed in this apartment that wasn't that nice, right? Had cockroaches in it and stuff, right? Didn't have much money to go out at night. So we're in this sort of death trap of an apartment, right?
Uh-huh.
Anyway, so when I was younger, right, had a bit more energy. So
He's 30.
80, I know.
so start having it away a bit.
It's a joy.
Beautiful. So,
Go on, yeah. I've been here to a while. I love it. Go on.
Right, so doing what I do, right?
yeah.
Someone starts banging on the door. So Suzanne
Everyone's
says,
at it. Right, so you mean knocking on the door? Right, okay.
knocking on the door, right? So Suzanne said, "You better get it." So I said, "Oh, I can't get it now, can I? I'll have to wait a bit." Right. I can't go to the door.
Go on.
So the banging's getting louder.
Yeah,
Someone at the door,
yeah.
and she's like, "Hurry up! It must be important." I'm like, "In a minute." Just so anyway.
I don't want to know
I
anymore.
stick,
No,
No.
come on, finish the story.
open the door. It's a fireman. So I just stick my head round, and he's going, "You'll have to get out. The building's on fire." Right. So I'm like, "In a minute."
Sorry, you weren't still having sex at this point?
No, but
Right.
still sort of got to wait a minute, or I can't get my pants on.
Oh, Carl, I wish I'm so sorry.
Right, go on.
To
So
listener.
now
So what-
the place is burning down.
So it could be a serious big fire going on.
Yeah.
I'm sort of waiting. You can hear people sort of screaming and that, panicking.
Is that because the door's open and you're nude?
The fireman's saying, "Will you get out? Will you get out?" I'm saying, "In a minute."
Right.
And Suzanne was saying, think of something that's not sexy.
Sure.
So I was thinking of people, thinking maybe down in a fire might sort of calm you down.
Yeah.
Then the fireman said, we need a big pole.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure, go on.
But what I'm saying is that, to me, I wouldn't have wanted to go out and be safe over, do you know what I mean, over being naked. I don't like walking about without on. So what I'm saying is, even if that fire...
I love the idea of everyone huddled in there with all the firemen. It just, the camera's fans along and it's Carl.
Yeah, a
Just
local news report.
naked. With still
But would
standing proud.
you have gone out, we're now on,
But why do I have to go out with now on? I just grab a pair of jeans.
All right, but you've just,
What?
There's a fire, Carl!
Yeah, but
See, no, not everyone looks at men's packets. That's only you, remember. Most of the other firemen wouldn't be going, oh, look at him.
But what I'm interested in is
he's
how
pleased
long...
to see us.
Carl, how long did it take, and did the thought of dying in a fire help?
After a bit, but the fireman sort of had a go at me.
Sure.
What do you mean?
Well, he wasn't happy that I was dawdling.
Well, to be fair...
But what can you do?
Answers on a postcard. To the usual address, XFM, care of Leicester
record.
Square.
Well, let's just get these right.
Let's play a record, let's have Rockbusters and Monkey News.
We don't have time for
afterwards.
monkey news.
We'll squeeze them in.
Wow.
It's a god-awful small affair to the girl with the mousy hair.
Life on Mars by David Bowie on XFM. Right, come on, we're running out of time. Blockbusters, the results in... Sorry. Oh, what a giveaway. Oh, no, embarrassing. I've given it away. Straight into monkey news. Go on then.
So, Rockbusters, what were the clues?
Right, the clues were, the first one was, they're running out of rice, so they've got problems. That was CC. That was China crisis. Right?
Okay, yeah, if they ran out of rice in China, it would be a crisis, fair enough.
Second one, the Geordie fella doesn't know what he's being charged for. Right? That was Bill Wyman.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And the third one, I had 2 bricks to throw at 2 women, and I didn't hit either of them. That was Mister.
Mister.
I let him up. Those were alright, those.
That's extraordinary. The winner, Gina. I think Gina Ferry. Well done, Gina. And the reason I gave it to Gina is because she's included, and this is a wonderful segue, some monkey fact information of her own. She says, apparently, that the group Chumbawamba got their name from one of those monkeys in a room with a typewriter experiments. Someone did it as a joke, and Chumbawamba was a word that was typed out, and that's where the group got their name.
And
apparently.
their lyrics.
Absolutely, yeah.
Which is good.
So let's have official monkey news. Play the jingle.
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
Right, we've got to be quick.
Go on,
But, this is something that was sent in to me ages ago, and I don't know why I haven't done it yet, because it's brilliant. We were talking about monkeys typing, the Shakespeare theory and all that. Well, this is about a little monkey called Marty.